Welcome back, y'all. Last episode was pretty good. Oh, wait. I missed something last episode. Is it in here? Is it in here? There we go. Embargoed by United Contana. The United Contana, the communist superpower, is imposed an embargo on all goods from Sordland, creating a significant challenge for Sordland's economy. See, they're not happy that we joined ATO. Now, I hope and I believe joining ATO is going to make up for that. Like, it sucks that they don't want to buy our products anymore. But now we have access, hopefully, more access to the West and neutral countries. Not to mention, our military problem should be solved, right? If Rumberg want to start shit with us, no problem. Meaning the last major problems we have are all internal. Whether it's popularity, whether it's the economy, whether it's this one stupid national debt money we owe that I haven't been able to get rid of. Ooh, it's a late night moment at the Rayne household. After weeks of late nights, Monica, Sierra, and the Women's Rights Commission had succeeded in getting their bill through the assembly. What bill? What fucking... Wait, was that the one I voted yes on? Or is this a different bill? Because I voted yes on the one that stops or punishes domestic abuse against women and creates a system to support them. And then I had to vote no on... what was it, like childcare or something, because we didn't have the money? The result wasn't as comprehensive as they hoped for, but it was a good start, and I was looking forward to celebrating with my wife. But it had been hours since I'd gotten home, and she still wasn't there. I was dozing on the couch after yet another frozen TV dinner when I heard the key turn in the lock. Monica stumbled into the hall. "Honey, I'm home!" I'll give her a kiss. "I was just having a few drinks with Sierra." "I'm actually amazed any version of our bill passed, given how stacked the assembly was against us, but of course she wants to keep pushing for more." Wait, is this a new bill? She hiccuped. "Ooh." Well, I could either say, so you decided to get juice, or you could have invited me to the celebrations. I'm feeling a little left out, and you know what? It's okay to feel left out. I mean... Now, this is what I would do in real life. In real life, I'd be passive-aggressive. I don't care. You just decided to get juice? That's alright. But I'm going to try and be better than that. You could have invited me to the celebrations. "Oh, you would have found it boring. And somebody had to look after Deanna." I'm just going to straight come out and say it. I'm not sure I like this side of you, man. That's not fucking cool. It wouldn't have been cool if I did it. "Get used to it, baby. Woo! I'm not going to stop until we get what we're asking for. True equality for all women in Sordland." You know, the only reason... I'm not going to say it. The only reason she's got a position working with Sierra is because I pulled strings. "Seriously, Anton, this is what I want to do. I've never felt so alive." I'm going to show her that framed photo I took from our old office when me and Pete were there. I opened my briefcase and pulled out the photograph I'd taken from my old office on that fateful night with Peter. "Oh, wow, look at us." You know what, baby? I'm still as madly in love with your lush ass as I was the day that photo was taken. Monica smiled, took my hand, and wordlessly led me upstairs to the bedroom. Oh no, she's gonna violate me! She's so alcoholically drunk! Get it on! Oh no, I don't want to deal with news. I just got some. I don't want to deal with all these fucking reports. Oh my god. And a bunch on the international stage. Let's do the domestic ones first. From the capital of Wholesword. Country stability decreased. The Ministry of Interior has reported that Sordland is suffering from low stability due to the amount of active crises the country is facing. These people, they just like being angry. Volkslandian Navy spotted in full force in Helgeland. According to intelligence reports, the Volkslandian Navy gathered in full force around Helgeland, blockading the island. The reports warn about a possible violent conflict between the Agnolian and Volkslandian forces. The Swedish Navy in Condriat is on standby. We have to be. The Agnolians are our allies. We could get drawn into this. In Lockhaven? A one-on-one interview from Karut. Lucien Gallard organized an interview for the presidency on the internationally renowned One-on-One. The famous journalist Tomas Saka will be asking questions. The crew of 1-on-1 and Tomas Saka will arrive next week in Lock Haven from Karut. That's another country, ain't it? Yeah. Oh, man, I don't know why I'm doing that interview, but alright. We're going to be doing that at some point. What about on the world stage? Volksland, they're going to be mad at Agnolia. Alright, so the Volkslandians have their navy around Helgeland. They're also installing defensive systems with offensive capabilities on their southern shores. I'm not too worried about that. I mean, they are pretty close to us. If they want to start some shit, then they're going to get some shit. We got a modern air force. We got a modern army. As long as we fight defensively. Agnolia signals standing with Sordland. Prime Minister Van Horten said in a statement that Agnolia will stand against the Volkslandian harassment together with Sordland. He condemned Chancellor Hegel for trying to dominate the Markian Sea and warned of a potential war. And what do we got with Ado? Ado demands transit rights from the Confederacy of the Yartralis. So apparently Ado wants to be able to travel through their territory, and the Confederacy of Yartralis says no. They're steadfast in their commitment to sovereignty and territorial integrity, firmly rejecting Ado's request. Despite the request and subsequent denial, the Confederacy remains on good terms with Ado. That's alright. I mean, that right now that doesn't affect us. Oh wait, the CSP shit. The CSP launches Unified Intelligence Agency. In a move that marks a significant milestone in collective security, the CSP has announced the establishment of the complex Unified Intelligence Network, QUIN. This unprecedented network consolidates the intelligence capabilities of all CSP member nations. Wait, are they building a giant secret police? Enabling a higher level of operational synergy and facilitating seamless information sharing among the Alliance members. The QUIN's establishment demonstrates the Alliance's commitment to a unified front in the face of evolving security challenges by promoting transparency and cooperation among its member states. QUIN stands as a robust and resilient counterweight to threats that could potentially compromise the collective security of the CSP Alliance. I'm glad we don't live there. I guess let's go look at the news. The whole sword post. Armed groups declare war against the state. After the government's response to the protests, certain groups within the protesters released a joint statement declaring Anton Rayne's presidency to be over. The groups called every protester and citizen to join what they called a march for freedom. What did I do wrong? I fired Carl Greaser. While being no match for the honorable Swordish security personnel, it is disgusting, says the Post, that such armed groups can infiltrate protesters and ignite bloody conflicts. The sad reality is especially pronounced by the fact that a lot of peaceful protesters have started to be swayed by the militants to partake in riots, vandalizing government properties. Swordish police forces are already standing ready to protect their brothers and citizens, and will surely bring the situation under control. Man, our people love just protesting and violence. Sordland today. Deadly ambush in Jen. There have been at least 9 different attacks on police forces by various armed groups since last Monday. The last of which occurred in Jen's Maroon Avenue. 8 militants disguised as construction workers entered the construction zone near the avenue and ambushed 2 police vehicles. The attackers were immediately killed, but 6 policemen were killed in the ambush. I guess the real question is, are people motivated by the fact they don't like the economy? Are they being propagandized by Karanti, who we have in jail? Which would be funny if Karanti ran into Pete in jail. Are they being supported by Rumberg, trying to destabilize us, or the CSP with their new intelligence thing? Or are we just like a really shit president nobody likes? Don't answer that. According to the Radical, WPB record membership number. According to the numbers released by the Workers' Party of Bludia, there's a massive increase in membership, breaking their new party record. That is good news. We want the Bluds of Bergia to embrace the political solution of the Workers' Party and not the violence of the BFF. The polls also show that the popularity of the party has reached new heights in Bergia and is expected to finish the first or second in the region of Bergia. Vatel Ejal said in a public statement, the Workers' Party is leading a great journey to the Maroon Palace to finally bring about the People's Revolution. Those who are at the top may continue ignoring us, but the people will respond to them in the polls. That's what we want, peaceful revolution. And now, once more in geopolitics, Sordland creates peace line to avert war. That's right, we don't want a war with Rumberg, but if they want one, we're going to kick the shit out of them. Following Rumberg's demands for reparations from Sordland, the tensions have increased dramatically between the two countries. Yesterday, a Sordish warplane has been shot by Rumberg anti-air systems, and all the pilots on board have been killed. That was before we joined ATO. As per information from Rumberg, they claim the Sordish warplane has trespassed into Rumbergian airspace, whereas the Sordish military, we claim that the plane was inside Sordish borders when it was shot, and Kruger, one of our military guys, seems to have the receipts to show that we were right. The international community is unclear of the certainty of the reports from both sides. Thankfully, the Sordish administration approached the incident calmly and established a peace line to avert war between the two countries. So I guess that's a phone line. President Rayne has been commended internationally for his efforts to de-escalate the situation and maintain peace. If only I was as good at doing that internally as I am externally. What else we got going on? Election speech at the headquarters for our party? Alright, we gotta somehow rally the troops. We've lost some of the conservatives. Some of the conservatives, not all of them. Some of them left the party, which might make this easier. I don't know. The sun was starting to peek through the blinds of my suite in the Grand Chariot Hotel in Enrica. I hadn't slept at all that night. I was too busy thinking about how I would rally my party's conservative base at today's election kickoff. I don't want to rally them. I think it's time for them to either get on board or go join the loser party, the NFP. I was just pulling on my clothes when two soft, sharp knocks came at the door. Lucien.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, Lucien. How are you? Lucien unclasped his briefcase and took out a small dish-shaped device. After scanning the room with it, he gave a satisfied nod. He's looking for bugs.
It's about our investigation into the oligarchs.
Oh, good.
As you know, Marcel Caranti is currently out of the picture, but there's been a very interesting update regarding Mr. Tusk.
Mr. Tusk is the last of the named oligarchs that we've not gotten. Ewald Alfonso is broke. Doesn't matter. Caranti is in jail. But we gotta get Tusk.
Before I begin, I have to ask if you're sure you wish to follow through on this investigation. After all, Tusk has been an ally throughout your term.
How has he been an ally? He has tried to bribe me repeatedly. He's tried to put me in bad situations. I've said no. He can go fuck himself. He didn't get us the votes for anything. He hasn't done shit for us. I don't care. Give me the dirt on Tusk.
As you wish, sir.
Lucien pulled out a folder and opened it.
The anti-corruption police have looked further into Walter Tusk's foreign ties and have found some very unsettling information. One of his corporation's subsidiaries is directly involved in smuggling and selling Rumbergian AK-47s within Sordland.
So both Caranti and working with organized crime, and I think they had connections with Rumberg, and Tusk here have been destabilizing the entire country to line their pockets with more money? That traitor!
This is treason on the highest level, sir. There's no doubt Tusk must be punished. Would you like to go forth with his arrest and trial, sir?
I could say no. I'll use that information to make him do what I want. I don't think he has anything I want him to do, number one. Number two, look, the odds are not really good of us getting reelected right now, so I think we need to try and do everything we can in this term in case we're not reelected. And that would be another cherry on top if we could finish off the oligarchs. You know, whether the people like us or not, we're going to do the best we can to put this country on an even footing, so maybe 20 years from now, they'll be like, maybe we should have kept him around. Yes, I hope he suffers in jail. Him and Pete and Caranti. Lucien nodded smoothly.
As you wish. I'll make the necessary calls immediately.
All right, man. Now, it is possible, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe their lawyers can get them out of this situation, I hope not. But we're showing we're going after the oligarchs.
Now that that's settled, I'll let you prepare for your rally. Oh, I almost forgot. The Archpriest of Dire couldn't be present today, but wanted to relay a message of support to you and your family.
What'd he say?
I bless the rains down in Enrica.
That's pretty funny, whoever did that. Whoever wrote that is pretty funny. Lucian left the room. I finished putting on my tie and reread my notes for the morning speech. A few hours later, I was waiting in the wings at the North Sword Auditorium in Enrica. In the audience were several thousand of my conservative supporters. I'm kind of surprised I have any conservative supporters, but maybe I'm thinking about this wrong. I don't have a lot of conservative supporters in the assembly, but maybe I have some in the nation and in the party. Behind the podium hung a Swordish flag and a giant banner that read, "Your land, my land, Sordland?" That's pretty good. Yeah, let's go with that. That's silly. Enrica Mayor Curtin Lesty gave a short introductory speech. It was hard to forget how the Benfi event went down. Everyone cheered as I walked on stage. Thank you, thank you. Though Mayor Curtin Lesty was now part of the opposition as a member of the NFP, it seemed most of Enrica was on my side. Elbin gave a short speech introducing me. Then it was my turn. I stepped behind the podium and took a deep breath. You know, I always do the brothers and sisters things. Brothers and sisters of the United Sordland Party. I could say, enemies have tried to destroy me, but I'm not going to do that. We got to give them hope, right? We got to give them hope. The past 3.5 years have seen our country tested again and again. I could just make it about me, but we're going to make it about all of us. Now, I could say the Rayne administration stands strong. I don't know if that's true, but we do have some executive power. I could say Sordland's prepared, and we're stronger than ever. We are militarily, not economically. I guess we'll go with the top one. Yet I stand before you now, ready to pledge myself to God and Sordland yet again. Man, I want to take some credit for what we've done, because we've done major things to move the economy forward, but there's still a lot of problems with the economy, so taking any kind of credit to say I've begun to fix, that just looks bad. Together, we will get the economic crisis under control. I'm going to go law and order. I could say I'm going to restore harmony, but no, this is our conservative wing. As armed militants threaten to tear us apart, I promise I will uphold law and order. I could do this. I'll continue to seek retribution from our enemies. I'm not going to do that. I could say I'm going to continue to fight for constitutional reforms. That's tempting. I don't think that's what they want to hear. They didn't like my reforms. I will continue to defend Sordland against threats, whether internal or external. Well, I can say I'm going to get rid of corruption from institutions or from corporations. Man, what do I say? Fuck it, I'm going after the oligarchs. Not to mention, I don't think the conservatives in our party necessarily care about the institution. I remain committed to stamping out the corruption that has plagued Swordish corporations for far too long. Thunderous applause erupted. Woot, 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 woot. I could say, I could say, some of them accuse me of straying from the values of the USP. To them I say, I am the USP. I am the Senate. This is either where I say the USP remains as strong as ever, or I dare, you know what, we're gonna push for change. Meanwhile, this may not be popular, I dare to envision a brave new direction for our party towards the... Wait, they're conservatives. They're not going to like the liberalism. We're doing it anyway. You know what? Fuck it. Meanwhile, I dare to envision a brave new direction for our party towards the liberalism of our Western neighbors. I could say we made tremendous progress this term. That's a little tempting. I could say that I could promise there's no way we can lose. I don't even know if we have a chance to win. This is the one moment we're going to say something for us. I have devoted an unprecedented amount of effort towards making the USP as great as it can be. We will not lose. We might lose, whatever. Oh no, now I gotta mention the Vice President. I and Vice President Clavin, I could say, shall lead Sordland to a bright new era. Or I can mention the youth and determination. I'm not going to say that. The reason I'm not going to say that is the second one basically just says Elben Claven's going to lead us. I and the Vice President Claven shall lead Sordland into a bright new era. Remember, the reason I picked him as VP is I'm trying to win a chunk of our own party is loyalty. The roar shook the hall. We will form a broad coalition of supporters to make sure morning finally comes. That's what we need. I could be like, it's time to get back on board the Rayne train. That's pretty good. Remember, vote Rayne 57. Nah, we'll just go with the standard. Morgna West Core. The audience enthusiastically finished the saying as streamers shot out of cannons behind me. My re-election campaign had officially begun. I stepped down from the podium. Well, that could have gone a hell of a lot worse. Oh man, a lot of shit. A lot of shit's updated. I think we'll do the news. Red youth and young swords fight. No, not again. I thought we solved that problem. For a while there, they both wanted peace. The red youth and young swords were once again involved in a large-scale fight. This time the issue was the vandalism of a soul statue in Lockhaven. Oh man, I should have taken those down. We had more important things to do, though. Yesterday night, according to a young swords member who wishes to stay anonymous, he said that he'd seen red youth members put a clown wig and nose on the soul statue at the city center. I kind of approve. On the other hand, an anonymous red youth member denied the claims. Both sides seem to have their own versions of the story, with no evidence from either side. Is somebody instigating? What doesn't require evidence, however, is the injured 14 people lying in hospitals. We just wish that one day they'll be able to get past their differences and make peace with each other. I hope so too. And the radical? Oh, the radical's gonna say the young swords were a bunch of jerks. That's exactly what they're saying. I wonder if they actually did that or not, though. Let's go through these things. The Codex. What do we got? Business. Walter Tusk. Oh, he's in jail. In 1957, he was arrested for aiding drug operations and smuggling Rumburgian weapons into Sordland. He's currently being held in Antel Rock Prison. That's like our Arkham Asylum. Oh my god. Projected economic growth. What do we got in connections? Oh, what's new? Oh, Mikhail? Evan, the dude with the cool kid who stole a yacht? He took over the oligarchs? Is Mikhail the next one we have to destroy? All the oligarchs must die. Good for you, Mikhail. And what do we got here? Economically? Let's see, policies. We got a mixed economy. Private property rights are protected under the government's economic policies, allowing individuals and businesses to exercise a certain level of economic freedom. That has been very important to our economic recovery and just rights in general. However, authorities reserve the right to intervene in economic activities when necessary to serve the interests and needs of Sordland. I don't know how that last part is a thing. I don't think we've passed much in the way of laws for that, but whatever. In situations, how has tax evasion got worse? I thought it got better. Is that a Stack Overflow problem? We've been going after the corporations and somehow tax evasion got worse. Trade volume is recovered again, though. That is good news. That was down for a while, probably because of Vogsland stopping trading with us. How in the world is tax evasion increased, though? Oh, wait, did I miss something in the Codex yet? What else? Governmental? The anti-corruption police? During President Rayne's first term, the ACP managed to uncover a host of illegal activities within the oligarchs. The investigation found the millionaire businessman, Mr. Tusk, has deep foreign ties. One of his corporation's subsidiaries, we already know that, has been smuggling in weapons and drugs. I have no idea what I missed in connections. Is it still there? No, I must have accidentally looked at it. Oh man, so many things going on. A bunch of them look like, well, a couple of them on the world map. We'll deal with those next time. So much. I can't believe the tax thing! Our anti-corruption police had done a better job of that. Fuck. Thanks for hanging out.